welcome to the Hard Rock Show. I'm Andrew.
I'm Brendan.
I'm Dennis.
I'm Dave.
Who are you?
I'm Jimmy.
Don't worry about them for now.
Go on, up the back. You got Nick over there. Nick.
Byron!
Tim.
Nikki 666. And I'm Jody.
Yeah.
Tonight we're filming for the first time ever in front of an audience inside of a venue. So make some noise for that, people. I could actually get used to that.
That's the response I've ever had on stage.
Yeah, I know.
Interaction.
A special thank you to Sasha and the team at Holler Lot Bar for having us. Let's go to the bar. We also have a special thanks to our wonderful sponsors, Evolution Music, Rock Guitar Lessons, Liquid Images, Hellfire Records, Sarah Cancer Shopping, and Alyssa Ego. Thank you for your support and everything you've done for us over the last year and more.
Legends.
Alright, so here we are. It's time to close the books on the year that was 2017. We've rounded up most of the radio crew as well to help us out with this one, and you'll be seeing much more of them and more events like this in 2018. This only comes around but once a year. Let's get everyone to introduce themselves and what they do within the Hard Rock Show, and then I guess your thoughts on the year that was 2017. So Brendan, you go first.
Wow, I didn't know how to get my thoughts.
Professional.
Look, Brendan and I've got Meltdown at 8 o'clock on Mondays on THRS Radio. I like to pop into the TV show whenever Andrew lets me. 2017, look, I had a good year. I know a lot of people didn't, but it was a lot of fun for me. So look, and I think the music was great. When we get the top 10s and reviews, I think we'll see why.
My name's Dennis, and I like to party. 2017, I had a few good months, a few bad months, and I don't remember the other months. Let's go with that.
Okay, I'm Dave. I co-host the Hard Rock Show every now and then, or more and more often recently. I host Rock is Dead on Saturday nights on THRS Radio. I also manage the station and make sure that these freaks get their shows on when they're supposed to. And 2017 had a lot of great music. Putting together these lists was a hell of a lot of fun and a lot of torture in some places.
I'm Jimmy. I'm the resident dickhead. Not very intelligent and, generally just fucking everything up. I thought 2017 was all right. It was a bit of a ho-hum year for music, I thought, but some good music, some good new bands. But I thought it was a little bit stagnant, just being honest. But I think 2018, there's some big albums coming up, so I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Finally, you're back for one week and bang straight into it.
Here we go.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm the host of the School of Hard Rock every Thursday night on the THRS Radio Network at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. or whenever I can be bothered giving a show in. I thought 2017 was actually a pretty good year for music. A lot of new bands, which I discovered, released some great albums. A lot of my old classic favourite bands released some great albums as well. So overall, I was pretty happy with it. But echoing what Jimmy said, looking forward to what's in 2018, I think we're in for a really good year. So yeah, thanks.
Awesome. Cool. Probably the most eloquent thing that's been done yet.
Oh yeah! It's your boy Byron Moore coming to you from a whole lot of love.
Calm down, Rockstar.
Oh yeah!
Like pro wrestling. This is the pro wrestling pro.
And my show is called Beautiful Car Crash, and it's coming to you every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. right here on THRS Radio. I'm all about the Australian scene, all about the local live Australian scene. And 2017 was a brilliant year. So many good albums, so many good singles, so many good EPs, so many great gigs. And I'm going to talk to you about it later. So, all right, keep rocking.
How am I supposed to follow that one?
Think wrestling.
Well, almost. Yes. I'm on the radio show as well Wednesday nights.
Straight out of Frankston.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Frankston.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually thought 2017 was a good year for music, to be honest with you. I reckon there'll be some good albums coming out next year. There's a few good ones announced already, or this year now. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah.
Go on, Nikki.
Go on, Nick.
Come on, Nikki.
Step up.
Shucks. I'm Nikki666, and right now you're not listening to Somewhere in Time, but you can on Sundays at 6 p.m. on THRS Radio. Woohoo! And in my little black book that's half white, you're going to hear all about my 2017. I can't wait to share it with you.
You're going to share your little black book that's half white with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm all for equality too.
Now, I'm Jodie, and I'm tossing up for what title I want to have for 2018.
Cat herder.
I was literally about to say I've gone with adult supervisor for a while. But yeah, cat herder seems to be the flavour of 2018 for me, I think. I try and keep this one in particular in line and
good luck
reining in occasionally.
You should give him
and
a
that's a
perm.
full-time job in itself. So, yeah. Long story short, love having everybody here involved in what we do, and love having everybody come down and see what we do. So, drink up and rock on.
Cool. Jodie also does the gig guide for us every week as well, so let's hear it for that. All right, so what a year 2017 was. We started the year with a brand new set, grew that over the year until we suddenly lost the whole fucking studio.
Yeah.
And that happened right when I was moving house. That sucked.
Me too.
Yeah, I know. I wonder how that worked out. As a consequence, we're doing things a bit differently in 2018. Events like tonight is part one of the plan, so stay tuned for that. However, despite all of that, there is some good news. We finally did it. We did a whole year without missing an episode or showing a single repeat. We did 52 new episodes, no recycled content, finally, for the first time since 2011. So to put that in perspective, we have produced at least 65 hours of aired television content with heaps more in the vault that's yet to be released and will be in 2018, so everyone should be afraid of that. We have reviewed at least 225 releases, which conservatively means we listened to well over 170 hours of music, conducted at least 35 interviews, played countless videos, and had more audience interaction and special episodes than ever before. Now it's time to wrap all that into one neat little bundle. These are the categories we're going to go through tonight. So the favourite release that we discovered in 2017 but was not released in 2017, so this goes into things like the special episodes and whatever else we did during the year. Our best new discovery for 2017, best artwork, what else? Best song, best local band or Australian band, for gig, that is, I should say. Then we had the best gig from an international band, best video clip, most disappointing release, so get ready for that, that'll be fun. Then we have two honourable mention lists, because we do one top 10 at the very end of the whole proceeding. So we have honourable mentions for the local bands that couldn't quite make it into our top 10. Then we have an international section for that. That'll be followed by an audience-chosen top 10s for the first time ever. We've never done that before, so we're
cool.
I actually got all the info together and counted
Fucking
it all up.
well done, man.
That was more fun. And then after that, we'll have our definitive top 10 list where the local bands go head-to-head with the internationals. There's no definitive separation. It's just whoever is the best is the best. Without any further ado, go to some music. We'll come back and kick it off. First up tonight is our favourite release that we discovered in 2017 but was not released in 2017. This could be something from our various 12 episodes, for example, so we covered a lot of different tribute things like that. But anything goes, as long as you found it in 2017 but was not released outside of was released outside of 2017. Fuck's sake. This is the only category that has anything allowed outside of that, and you got no more than 2 honourable mentions plus your top one. So Dennis wants to go first on this.
I like to search for a lot of obscure old school heavy metal that never quite got there. So I'm usually on YouTube half the time looking at shit. I found a lot of good bands. I found a great band. X and XX. You're right. They've got more categories. I found a lot of cool bands like Elegy, Heaven's Ward, Heaven's Gate, Chroming Rose, but one that really stood out for me was this German band called Superior. They released an album called Time Shift in 1992. I can't even remember how I found it.
Okay.
92, right? But it's like traditional heavy metal crossed with power metal, but instead of keyboards, you've got actual classical piano, which stood out for me like dog's balls. So it's fantastic. The singer actually sounds like Vo from Darker Half from Sydney, so if you haven't heard those guys, check them out. But yeah, Superior Time Shift was definitely the standout that wasn't from 2017 that I discovered. So yeah. It's fucking good.
The album that was a standout for me that wasn't from 2017 was after we heard the Eclipse album. When we did the review, I went back and heard their back catalogue.
About time, mate.
The previous album, Armageddon Nights, very fucking good.
Great
I hate
album.
to say it, but yeah, Jimmy's right.
Thank you.
Occasionally.
Great band.
That's been recorded. It will never be said again.
You just beep it out.
It might. Yeah.
I need a loop of that, please.
That's your ringtone.
Jimmy was right.
Mine was a band called the Night Flight Orchestra.
Oh, fuck.
And they released an album this year, which is absolutely brilliant. But they had one out in 2015 called Skyline Whispers, and that is even better. And I know you will agree with me.
Jimmy's wrong.
It's better than the one they released this year. So yeah, that band just
All right.
blew
Can
me
we all
away.
stop agreeing with Jimmy now, please?
Yeah.
Jimmy's wrong.
Love you, Jimmy.
Oh, Nick.
Yeah, the one that stood out for me this year, and don't know how this is going to go. Don't know how this is going to go down, but I've got to thank Byron Moore for this one.
Okay.
Ragdoll. I heard it first on Byron Moore's show this year. Back in 2016, and that's what I love about doing this, because it just exposed me to so much stuff that I probably missed going back. So Ragdoll out of WA, Leon's probably become my favourite Australian guitarist right now. The guy's just an absolute freak.
Yep.
Cam's just unbelievable as well. The whole band, just great musicianship. And look, in a fair and proper world, I mean, that album, that band, that Back to Zero album, that should be getting major radio play all over the place. But we all know our thoughts about commercial radio. Yeah, just great musicianship, really catchy songs, and anyone that really likes metal, rock, or just good music in general, definitely go back and check that out. But that was my discovery of 2017.
It was my top album, I think, last year too.
Yeah,
it was,
it's great.
Okay, well, I kind of cheated with mine because
Fuck, here we go.
I know, right? I had to write it in big writing because I wear glasses and I can't see. Okay, so I actually thought this was released in 2017, and then when I actually researched it, apparently it came out last year. So I'm going to give it to Suffocate, Medicate, Chasing Lana. I saw them live a couple of times this year, and they just blew my little socks off. Absolutely outstanding. Honourable mention goes to the Gypsy EP, because I'd never heard of them until 2017, and they rock. Done.
Cool. I got my chance to be on the TV show for the first couple of times this year, which was nice, and I got fed a few albums I hadn't really heard. So my best discovery was Wasp, the Crimson Idol.
Yes.
I've got to go with Jimmy again. He's right. Wasp is fucking awesome. I'd only really got the first couple of Wasp albums. I'd never really gone any further. I think we did, it was the 89 special, I think, when we did that one.
Yep.
And man, I've been listening to it regularly since. Fucking love that album. It's a ball terror.
Nice. Joe, do you think my ego needs scratching? We're at Jimmy's after this.
Just need loops of stuff, man. I'll let you know.
For me, the one that falls out, one honourable mention for me is the clip No Cigar from MSC on My Secret Circus. Didn't get released in 2017, but in 2016 they dropped it. And that was a fucking great clip and a great song. So that one for me was the one that stood out that wasn't quite there. But the actual one I have to give it to is the band Rush. Yeah! Okay, now I had heard of Rush and knew about Rush, but didn't really pay much attention really to Rush until we did the special on them.
Yeah.
And after we did that, going through 10 albums, I'm a big fan of that band now. So for me, Rush was my big discovery in 2017. So
Nice, man.
someone's very happy. Right.
Mr. Joshua Batten's with us in there.
Any prog fans in the house. But that's it for this segment. We'll move along. Next up is our best new discovery that was released in 2017. It's pretty much a self-explanatory category. This is the thing that really caught you and you enjoyed the most in 2017. It could have been a band that you saw live or a release or anything like that goes into it, and Brendan's going to go first on this one.
Okay, for this, it's a band I saw live for the first time in 2017. Now, I go to a lot of gigs, but there's always bands that you hear about, you never see. For me, it was actually at the THRS end of year extravaganza. I had never seen Sudden State live.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
Cool.
And holy fucking shit.
Bongzilla.
Bongzilla.
They are good.
It made it for me. So, and that opened the night, and that pretty much set the tone for the way I would end up. So, yeah, for me, it was Sudden State. Brilliant. Loved it. I was a happy man.
I got to go with, I hate to say Jimmy's right again, but the Night Flight Orchestra. Now, he was banging on about this band for ages, and I didn't want to listen to them because Jimmy recommended it. And then I did. And this is a 2017 album I'm talking about, so it was discovered that year. Holy fucking shit. Then like Jimmy, I look back at the 2015 album, which is even better. Yeah, probably one of my favourite bands of all time now. Amazing.
Nice.
Someone bring them out, please, and don't make it be me because I don't have the money.
I got an honourable mention to start with. It's an album that we reviewed very recently, Bigfoot from the UK. That was a great, solid fucking rock album. But the one I'm going with is Brother Fire Tribe. They're a band from Finland.
Nice.
The guitarist from Nightwish is actually a side project ARI band, and it sounds absolutely nothing like he does in Nightwish. So, very cool band. That's my discovery.
My discovery was Racket, an all-girl band from Sydney, who are amazing. Please check these girls out. Fantastic. They were supporting Killing Heidi, and they stopped in at the Penny Black, and I happened to catch the set and blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. So yeah, Racket.
Cool. I've got two mentions for this one. The first one is Ironstone. I reckon that band has a really big future. They've only got the one clip or single that was released in 2016 since the lineup change, where they changed to a female-fronted band and changed a couple of other members out of the band as well. But I look forward to them doing much more in 2018. I reckon they've got a really bright future, so keep an eye on Ironstone. The other one for me that was a new discovery, a band that I'd heard of but not listened to a single bit of music from, and I'm sure someone's going to go off in a second, it's Aerion. Aerion are just wow, and we'll hear more on them later on, I'm sure. Those are the honourable mentions. My actual pick for Best New Discovery was Damnation's Day live. Seeing them live, no, I know the band, I've heard the music before, but seeing them live at the Extravaganza, that was something else. If you have not seen Damnation's Day perform live, unfuck that. Okay, you really need to go and see that band live. One of the best voices going around and one of the best bands going around.
You saw them at Legions, didn't you?
Oh, don't know. Don't know who I saw at Legions.
He doesn't remember Legions.
I did a Dennis.
I think unfuck is the new verb.
Either way, I saw them in 2017, so either way I'm impressed. But it's the one that the Extravaganza, that just stood out for me like nothing else. I reckon they stole the show that night personally, but yeah. That's it for this segment. We'll move along. Next up is Best Artwork. It's pretty much a self-explanatory concept, surely. It's your favourite artwork from anything that was released in 2017. So who wants to go first on this one?
I'll go first. No.
Rock, paper, scissors!
Hang on, Jimmy's always right, so Jimmy better go first.
No, be my guest, be my guest.
I'll make it short and sweet. Honourable mention.
Just like you.
Is that why you actually allow me to come here? Because I still can't believe you do that.
About to kill me.
Goes to Trigo Cryogenesis.
Nice.
Bang. And I gave it to THRS, Sinner's Lament.
Oh, wow.
Yes!
The travelling t-shirt band.
Just because it's half black and half white doesn't mean it's not violent.
I'm not even going to say anything.
Okay, Jimmy, you want to go next thing to your 17?
Yeah. I'm wearing the best artwork of 2017, Andrew Heats. Into the Great Unknown. I just love it. I love the whole space thing and the moons and all the thing and the dude with his little guitar down there. Just, he's trying to find out what's going on in the universe. And
just like you. Just like you.
I really love it.
Fuck.
My honourable mention is Alice Cooper, Paranormal.
Okay.
Great cover. It makes my kids laugh, which is always cool. Yeah. But for my actual favourite, I'm going to have to say Jimmy's Right. That is actually the one I picked. Wow. It is a good fucking cover.
Okay, I'm going to put Jimmy's Right in the bin later on.
I'm coming to your joint to edit this. I'm coming to...
You want your special edit, don't you?
I have to go with Trigger's Cryogenesis because it's green and it's got aliens like cryogenically frozen and shit, and that's just fucking awesome. So,
It's
good artwork. I was jealous.
I'm going to use the equal amount of depth that you've just gone with there. I'm going with Dr. Colossus and The Dank. If you haven't seen this cover, check it out. Most haven't. Nice. It's got the big boy thing in it's wonderful. Check it out.
I'll pay that.
I'm going to go with Emperors of Sand from Mastodon.
Oh, yes.
Big psychedelic.
That is a great cover.
Crazy covers.
Yeah.
What Mastodon are good at.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm
I've got two honourable mentions, and ironically, they've also been picked as the best covers. So the first one was Trigger, Cryogenesis, great album cover.
Nice.
Second one, the shirt right next to me, Pete. So look, love that. But the album cover that really got me was Deep Purple's Infinite this year. The way they tied in the DP logo with the infinity symbol. You look at it, so that's one play, and then you look at an icebreaker going through ice, and it's like nothing can stop them. So, and besides, that's a kick-ass album. So yeah, that's it.
Nice. Got everyone except for me now. We are all right. Cool. Honourable mentions first. For first, it's Harem Scarum with United. It's a simplistic cover overall, but it's very well done. It leaps out at you. I love the way it's just this premise of this big obelisk type thing in the middle of fucking nowhere, and it just caught my attention. Yeah. The other one comes from Vulvagun, Melbourne band, The Painful Road to Eden, and it's not just the cover; it's also the bookwork and all that sort of stuff. You go through the whole thing, and the way the lyrics are mapped out with the artwork beside it, and every sort of page tells a story within the album as you're reading through. It's fantastic. It fits the concept. The other one. Though for me the winner was Arion with the Source. The concept, the whole thing, it's amazing. It's a sci-fi theme. It's all the things I said about Vulvagun, but it's instead of being a dark, evil kind of an album, it's a sci-fi theme. But that carried over into the lyric videos and everything they did with the whole theme, and they just pulled it off. They nailed it. So that was my standout on the artwork concept because it was just so fucking big.
Got a DVD or Blu-ray of the whole show coming out soon too.
Yes, in March.
Looks amazing. Yeah, it looks really cool.
It does look very good. We are looking forward to seeing that when we can. But for now, we'll move along to the next segment, friends. Okay, next up is our best song for 2017. This is the one that individually got our attention. One song only, with maybe one or two honourable mentions. And Dennis wants to go first on this, so here we go.
There's a band from New South Wales called Gypsy. They've been mentioned a couple of times already.
Yeah.
They released a song last year called White Spirit. What a fucking song.
You've been banging on that since you heard
it. Dude, it's my favourite song.
Yep.
I told them if they don't keep writing songs like that, I'm never going to listen to them again. So. We'll see what happens. I saw them play it in supporting Sebastian Bach. I saw them play it at my own Legions of Steel festival. I was all over it when they released it on Facebook and Bandcamp and Spotify and shit, so it's fucking amazing.
Very good.
Cool.
So catchy, so good. If you like Blue Oyster Cult,
that's true.
Billy Squire and stuff, I highly recommend it.
Okay, I have a standout and I have a honourable mention, and it depends what type of mood I'm in as to which song goes into where, so I'm just going to say both.
No, you don't get to say one. You have to make a decision.
It's the same band and it's from the same album.
It's
completely different.
I'll allow it.
Songs.
I said to everyone, no fence sitting, no
I'm
fence
breaking the fucking rules.
No, you're not. Pick one.
Fuck. Okay, the band is Santa Cruz.
Yep.
At this point in time, with the mood I'm in, the honourable mention would be Breathe.
Okay.
And the standout would be Pure Fucking Adrenaline.
Nice. Cool.
Two great songs, two sides of the same coin. The band has so much diversity now. So it's very hard to pick which song. Like I said, it depends what mood I'm in.
Cool. Got you to make a decision in the end.
Well, it could be different tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, not today.
I'm going to start with my honourable mention.
I'm going to loop that as well.
Yeah, I know. They're pricks, aren't they? You bastard.
I'm going to use that.
Eclipse, band called Eclipse, with a song called Vertigo, which is the first song off their latest album. That riff just gets in my head. I've been trying to get someone from my band, Sonic Circus, teach me how to play. Yeah, see, there's more than you just make.
We've got Tim back here as well.
At least we've got the top two bands in Australia on stage.
Sorry. Trying to get someone to teach me how to play that riff. So maybe Buff can teach me one time.
I thought
Anyway,
you tap better than fucking Van Halen.
Yeah. My song of the year is again from the band whose T-shirt I'm wearing, Heat. It's called Best of the Broken. Just got everything, that song. Just good song. Fucking everything, mate.
That is a good song. Yep.
Can't get enough of it. There you go.
Who wants to go?
Yeah, I'll go.
Yep.
If I can get in. Yeah.
Just push your way in.
Okay, my pick is a little bit left of centre, and they're not officially a band, but it's called Wake Up, and it's by a band called Native Tongue.
Yes.
An amazing track by a young guitarist by the name of Jared Marsh. Also backed up by Voya from Bad Moon Born, and the lead singer from My Dynamite, whose name escapes me, Pat Commodity.
Yep.
brilliant, brilliant track. Absolutely my pick of 2017.
Great.
Nice. In the middle.
Come on.
There.
Here we go.
Piggy in the middle.
Okay, so never tease a brick man like that. Okay, I've got two honourable mentions. I'm sounding like Jimmy.
It's not as dumb.
The first one, Night Flight Orchestra with Jenny, just a great track. Love that song. Second one is Eclipse, a bit different on the album, but the song Hurt, what a track.
Yes, man.
The rest of the album was really rocking. That's more of a ballad, but it's not one of those more depressive ballads if you really know the story of it. Great track, definitely check that one out. But number one is for me Harum Scarum with Here Today Gone Tomorrow.
Yeah,
nice.
Harum Scarum, I've been a big fan for 20 plus years, and it's very rare that a band like that can come out, not only release an album that's just as good as anything else, but that song for me, for Harum Scarum, definitely in the top probably 3 or 4. And if you know the back catalogue, that's actually saying quite a lot. So yeah, that's my top song of the year. Just cannot get enough of that track.
Nice.
Go on, Tim.
Top song of the year. I'm going to go with a random... Oh, God, no. I didn't hear that. I'm going to go with a random one and go from Raise Hell by Super Heist. From the new EP, which just had a nice bounce to it and a nice big chorus, and that was great.
Cool.
No, you go, Greg.
There you go.
Oh,
All right, well, this is probably going to get this segment cut from television. My favourite song was by Friends All Wrong, the song Contact. from the day I heard it and to now, the video that goes along with it, it's an absolute masterpiece. If you haven't heard it, make sure you do. I hope you've got a beep button.
Fred will make an appearance there.
Nico!
All right.
Get in there.
Get in there.
Yes.
That's what she
Honourable
said.
mentions. Interestingly, I had Wake Up as well. Great song. Absolutely loved it. Other honourable mention is Ego Madness by Lazarus Mode. That song just spoke to me instantly, my favourite song off that album. But the song that I have chosen is an all-time song that just did it for me relentlessly in 2017 is Help Yourself by Altkin. I will never get sick of that song, ever.
Cool.
Ever.
Yeah. They're good.
Yeah. They loved our review of this too. So,
Jimmy, you're right.
Yes.
Looping it, baby, looping it. You're having the best night you've ever had in 5-6 years now.
It's the best time since 2010 when the Pies won the flag. That's
Are you driving home?
I'm driving home. Yeah.
All right, new drinking game. Every time someone says Jimmy's right, we all take a drink. That'll end badly. All right. Honourable mentions for me, Arion with Everybody Dies. The song is bombastic, interesting, and pretty much showcases all the voices and the characters from the concept album The Source. Hard to sum up the album into one track, but if I was, then this would be it. The other honourable mention is Jesper Binzer with Dying Is Easy, Rock and Roll Is Hard.
Right.
I wasn't super aware of DAD. We did do some of their work, and I'd listened to them, but this is the first... We did an album, No Fuel Left for the Pilgrim, earlier this year, then we heard this one after that. And that song was the one that got me into the album and how I found the album. Yeah. Came up on random and away you went, and it just gets stuck in your head. I love the message of it. The lyrics are great. I don't know, it's got a great riff. It's a song that's gone under the radar this year, and I reckon that's a shame. But my actual pick for this year is THRS Radio with Cocksucking Blues.
Oh, yes! That's a great song.
Great song. What can I say about this song? I fucking love it. I love the story behind where it comes from. I love that it relates to society today. Yeah. And then the song itself is phenomenal. It's a real crossover song from these guys. Their roots aren't a real hard rock, like dirty hard rock band. No. But this one just fucking blew me away, and it's a great fucking song. So that's my pick for 2017.
Sweet.
Nice. The notes. All right, on to the next one. Nice. Next up is the best local band gig that we saw in 2017. It's again, what gig from a local or at least Australian band impressed you the most this year? And Nikki has brought a prop, so she has to go first.
All right then. I'm going to start with the story, if I may, Andrew.
Okay, come forward.
I'll make it quick.
Squeeze in.
All right. I made myself a New Year's resolution last year to see as many bands as I possibly could for the year ahead because music gives me joy and I'd had a pretty shitty time previously. So I ended up seeing 33 gigs and 114 bands.
Okay,
yeah.
that's a top effort.
So to pick a winner out of that was pretty freaking hard.
No shit.
I have an honourable mention and I have an actual one, and this is where the props will come in. And those of you who are observant are going to be really intrigued because one of the support bands features in both. So, honourable mention. Oh, by the way, I steal band posters. Unless I get Brad from Massive to steal it for me. Honourable mention. Yes. Old Kin, I think we knew I fell in love with them that night. And Sonic Circus, might have heard of them. So that's the honourable mention. And
this is a night of my life.
It was bloody hard to put that as second, let me tell you. But the night that truly, I cannot top, Lazarus Mode, Ragdoll, and Sonic Circus. April 21 at the Cherry Bar, and this is how much I love this gig. I could not steal a poster because there was not one to steal. So I begged Jake from Lazarus Mode to send me the artwork so I could get it printed, and I believe a young lady in the audience might also have a copy. Thank you.
Thank you.
So well done, Sonic Circus. 2 mentions, Jimmy.
We are not going to be able to live with him after this.
I reckon the Pies are a big chance of the flag this year, Andrew.
You're getting outdone tonight, mate.
This is all happening. I reckon.
Oh, let's hope so. Just to bring things into balance. Go on, Nick.
Just scratch my head for a second.
Tim. Come on, Tim.
Get in there.
Mine was actually at the Evelyn, and the opening bands were an acoustic performance from Carly Jewell, and then we had Blacklist and Cicada Stone, and headlined by Crystal Knight from Bellasura. That was an insane gig, and Crystal is just such a good front for a band. She just makes the crowd in the palm of her hands.
Yep. I agree with that. Nick?
Yeah, look, I've got 2 honourable mentions. The first one is the Mighty Baby Animals at the Max Watts Bar.
Yes.
Great gig. Yeah. Not too long ago, actually, I think. I can't remember. So many gigs this year. The next one is the man to my right, Mr. Dennis. We've had Legions of Steel.
Hey, that's his gig here.
As far as local festival lineup things go, that was the best I've seen. Every band put on a stellar performance. Harlot blew everyone off. Look, Harlot was probably the band of the night for me, along with Espionage or Loved as well. Just a great gig. Not only that, but to see a lot of people come out and was it sold out, Dennis? I think it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Sold out twice.
So yeah, sold out gig. All local bands as well, which great to see that as well. The top gig of the year for me is the same as Nikki, Lazarus Mode's album launch. Yes. So first time I saw.
Nick, do you want this?
He's stuffing up a pet earlier. I couldn't find one, so I had to steal one, and fuck, what happened? Yeah, that gig. That was my first time seeing Jimmy in Sonic Circus live. The man, besides being a great MC, is a great front man. So,
Andrew. Hang on, I just got to scratch my head.
No. And also,
you're going to want every minute of this to show.
Look out, everybody in the first 5 rows may get wet.
Bring out the drip tray.
just Sonic Circus was a great band. Awesome guitarist in the band. Love your guitarist. What is it, right?
Vic.
Is that his name? Yep.
Vic.
Him. Yes, Ragdoll for me, band of the night. Really got into them. Like I say, they're absolute freaks on stage. I was actually looking around to see if there was someone playing off stage or there were backing tracks. I couldn't believe the sound that a 3-piece gets live. Excellent band. And Lazarus Mode, just really fun band to watch, and they really brought a really family atmosphere to it because it was Cherry Bar, it was packed out, and it was probably the gig of the year for me.
Nice.
Great gig. Great night.
Great lines, Nick.
Okay.
All right. Find a way in there somewhere.
2nd of June, Corner Hotel, Electric Mary, Dead City Ruins, Dirt River Radio, To Kill a Mockingbird. Seminal gig, because that was the very last show that Estelle Atois ever played as the front woman or the front person of that band. And that was the last time that all 3 of them were together. Well, no, that's not entirely true. But it was the very first time that, or the last time that Estelle was in the band. So a seminal, very, very important gig. And it was kick-ass.
It was. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's all right. I'm liking hearing the people in the audience that have been to that too, obviously. Cool.
Yeah. Oh.
Here's one I heard earlier.
Yeah. No, my... Yeah. My favourite, it was more of a set than a gig in a way. Like I thought, obviously Legions of Steel is always brilliant. But the THRS gig was fantastic too. And there was a band on there called Damnation's Day.
Yes.
Right? And I heard the album and all that, and I thought the album was really good, and I thought, geez, I wonder if they could pull this off live, especially the vocals.
Yep.
And I stood at the back of the stage next to the drummer when they were playing, and it just blew me away. I couldn't believe how good he was live.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic gig, fantastic set by that band. That was the one that grabbed me for the year.
Nice.
I swear I'm not just jumping on the bandwagon. Lazarus Mode, Cherry Bar, their album launch. First time I got to see Jimmy's band, Sonic Circus. That opened up the night really fucking well. Ragdoll, they always deliver. It's like the third or fourth time I've seen them. They are an amazing band. And Lazarus Mode was just a great, successful, full house album launch. It was a great night.
I obviously am not allowed to say Legions of Steel Festival because I organised it, or Scorching Steel Festival, or Heavy Metal Halloween, or the Hard Rock Show Extravaganza. But Churches of Steel in Adelaide, yes, there's lots of steel gigs.
The only one you didn't organise.
I did play it though. Chris McEwen of Hidden Intent organised it. He asked me for my blessing to use the words of steel, and I'm like, I didn't make those fucking words up. Use one, whatever. Great gig. Also, Hell in the Bay.
Yeah.
I had the fucking best time, and I didn't.
Dennis likes to get boat drunk.
I didn't see one band, but it's still one of my favourite gigs. So there's that.
Let's follow that up.
Yeah, I was the same as Byron. June 2nd, Corner Hotel.
Wow.
For anyone that says the music's not as good as it was, doesn't go see live music.
Yeah.
That is for world-class bands playing at a world-class venue, and it was fucking sensational. So, yeah, that's it.
Nice. Now, I didn't get to many gigs in 2017. It was a very big and busy year for a number of reasons, and as such, that's something that Jody and I didn't get to do a lot of in 2017, but we will be doing that very differently. We'll be unfucking that in 2018.
Hey.
So, of course, we have the obligatory mentions to Legions of Steel and the Hard Rock Show's End of Year Extravaganza, both fantastic gigs. But on top of that, though, I'd like to give an honourable mention to gigs I do go to, or managed to get to. The first was Delacoma headlined the Rockstar Bar in Frankston. It was a fucking great gig, man. It was a great gig. We did interviews on the night and stuff, but I also got to see Delacoma in full flight with the whole band there and Jason playing on stage with him, which was fucking fantastic. Ablaze for a lot of fun. Even though you had some audio difficulties on the night, you still fucking smoked it. That was really well done. We had. How do you think I fund this thing? We had Wasted and Wind were a young band, and they were actually a lot of fun to live. And I also got my first taste of Cicada Stone live, but it was an acoustic set from them, which was really cool. The other one for me was Crystal headlining the Evelyn Hotel with support from Cicada Stone, Ablaze again, and Zenith Moon. Zenith Moon were another new band I've not seen before. They were really cool. Heap of potential there. Ablaze always fun. That's one thing you can guarantee with those guys is you're going to have a good time. Yeah. And the other one was my first taste of the full Cicada Stone experience with the full electric lineup. That was really cool. And then topping it off was Crystal. And I forget, was it Tim that said it before? Yeah. Fuck, she's an amazing performer live, and she just goes from strength to strength to strength. If you haven't seen Crystal live, you really fucking should. She just gets to get better on the journey. But my favourite, though, wasn't a gig per se. It does qualify because it was live music, though. We had THRS Radio come into the studio in 2017, and it was not only the biggest interview I've ever done with all 6 members of the band there. It was fucking insane.
Yes.
We collectively polished off a slab, and then the band proceeded to do some acoustic numbers in the studio, which I've got on file and I'll release this year. I've always been impressed by their live show, but seeing them when it was literally me, the cameras, and the band, and that's it.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Fucking amazing. Yeah. And it was one of those experiences that's going to stay with me because the music was great. They were fun. They were bantering, and it was all those little things in between that you never really get away with at a gig.
Yeah.
But you got to see them like they were doing a full-blown live rehearsal, and it was a really cool experience. So I can't top that, and I do wish
They're
more
a
people.
world-class band.
Yeah.
Absolutely world-class.
Yep, I agree with that, and I wish more people were there to see that moment. But hopefully, when I release footage this year, they will. Anyway, on to the next one. Next up, for those that are bothering to pay attention anymore, we've had a little break, is the best gig from an international act that we saw in 2017. So as per the previous one, this must be from a band that's outside of Australia, and Jimmy's got his hand up, so he clearly wants to go first.
I went to one gig in 2017. So that is my best gig. Of course, it was a legendary Sebastian Bach.
Ooh, yeah.
The man, the great man, the good-looking man, the man with the hair and all that sort of stuff.
Your
and
inspiration in life.
my inspiration in life. Yeah, but it was actually a bloody good gig.
Yeah,
He was
I
on
agree with that.
fire vocally. People say that he's losing it vocally,
I
but
had my doubts, but it changed my fucking
nah, yeah, he was on fire. He had a hernia operation just before he came
Did he
out
really?
here too. Yeah,
Wow.
he'd had a hernia for like 20 years, and he'd never done anything about it. And he got it done just before he came out here. And I thought this is going to be shit because he's shit anyway. And now that he's got a hernia operation, he's going to be more shit. Fucking nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Great
Maybe
gig.
it was the hernia that was fucking up for all that time.
I think it was.
New lease on life. Cool. Yeah. I went to 2 international gigs last year. The honourable mention would be Alice Cooper. The guy just gets better with age. There's a full review on YouTube where I'm dressed as a goth because we were filming Halloween. So yeah, that was fun. But standout for 2007 has to be Guns N' Roses. I have been they had a band that popped my musical cherry when I was about 8 years old. So seeing Axl, Slash and Duff together on stage, fuck the rest of the band, but those 3 guys together, fucking legendary.
Yeah.
Go on. If you got your own list.
He sounds fucking amazing though.
Love Axl.
Look, I will give an honourable mention to Sebastian Bach because I was not expecting anything. And it was really good, and I didn't realise until about an hour before the show that Mr. Jarzenbeck of Riot fame was on the drums, and they did a fucking Rush cover.
Yeah, they did.
Blew my mind.
They
But
actually did.
the gig of the year, international gig, was Living Colour.
Yeah.
And I met the whole fucking band. That was sick.
Alright, maybe go Nick up the back there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Okay, 2 honourable mentions. The first one is Blackstone Cherry at the Corner Hotel.
Nice.
Excellent gig. Look, that's I think it was my second time seeing them. They were here with Steel Panther they came? Was it the year before something
The
like
year
that?
before was Steel Panther.
Yeah, and look, they just blew me away. I knew they were going to be good. I didn't think they were going to be that good. Got to meet them after the gig, and they're probably the nicest guys, international act that I've met all year, actually.
Cool.
Second honourable mention was Dream Theatre just a few months ago at the Palais. At the Palais, yeah. Okay, the last Dream Theatre album was probably not the best. They're astonishing. Okay, put a lot of people off. But what they did is they played the whole Images and Words from start to finish and the whole greatest hit set. They were on stage for 3.5 hours. I mean, you can't complain about that.
Good gig.
And they just put on a masterclass. Okay, probably not the most entertaining band to watch live if you're just watching them. But sonically, I mean, those guys they're untouchable. So that was the second one. My favourite international gig of the year was Thunder from the UK. So they came to the Corner Hotel.
Nice.
Thunder's a band I've been into for many, many years, and it's one of those bands that I thought I'd never see. It was a bucket list band. I saw the ad somewhere. I thought, no, this can't be the Thunder from the UK, and it was. They came, they played. It was a greatest hit set. It was a midweek. I remember it was pissing down rain, but the corner was pretty much sold out. Band couldn't believe the turnout. Like I say, great set list of old and new. They played all the classics. The best thing about that gig is at the end of it, they all came out, the band. They met every single fan they wanted to get met. They shook hands, they signed everything, took as many photos as possible. They did not leave until everyone they got a chance to say hello. And that's how a meet and greet is supposed to be done. None of this pay to meet your heroes bullshit.
Yes.
So there you go.
How the fuck did I miss that gig?
That's a good
Yeah, we heard a few people disagree with that one. Go on, Tim.
Alright, so honourable mention to Creator at Hillbourne. They were sick.
Yeah.
But my gig of the year would be at the Corner Hotel, which was Paradise Lost a few months ago.
Oh, cool.
They were fantastic live.
Still missed that.
Could not. Yeah, they were really good. Brendan.
He's been tapping the shoulder.
I got told. For me, it was Festival Hall. It was what you want a rock concert to be. Lights dropped, band kicked in, singer came on stage, and half the crowd got moist, and that was the blokes. And it was, for me, it was Stone Sour on the Hydrograd tour. Corey Taylor is fucking phenomenal live. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out.
They are good live. Nikki.
Honourable mention goes to Fall by Fate, who I saw at the KISS convention. Unbelievable. Blew my tiny little mind. My favourite though, Andrew, I haven't got my glasses on, so I'm going to get you to read this one out.
No, fuck. Sebastian Bach.
Jimmy!
I'll shake your hand because that was a good setup.
Wait. I forgot I went to a gig. I went to Accept. That was fucking better than Living Colour.
That's a rewrite.
Third time seeing them, it was amazing.
Where did you find these people, Andrew?
Same place I found you.
Around the area of Canberra.
They're not quite right store, clearly. Okay, I thought Jodie was giving me a smart ass remark then, but okay. If she was doing slut, yeah, I know. Alright, now, again, I didn't get to many of these gigs, but I did go to 3 really good ones. Honourable mention to Blackstone Cherry with support from Chase the Sun at the Corner Hotel. Chase the Sun were a really good opening act, they were impressive, but when Blackstone Cherry at the stage, they fucking took it to a new level. It was their first headline show here, because like you were saying, they supported Steel Panther before. But I even had Tori down there, daughter, who was helping us doing photography with the interviews and that, because we interviewed the guys, and even she became a fan of the band that night. So that for me was really cool.
Nice.
The second honourable mention was for Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, of course.
Gypsy did a fucking shut up.
Sorry.
Shit. I told you, I've been not living enough for this. Gypsy did a really good support set. They won the crown nicely, did a good balance of covers and originals.
Yeah,
I thought.
that
A
was
lot of people
good.
sort of
No, great.
Kissing Priest, mate.
yeah, it was really cool. Well done. But after that, Sebastian Bach. Now you hear so many fucking horror stories and fucking wow. Like, he blew the roof off the joint, and the set was ballsy too. They pulled out some of the big guns early and didn't leave them till later on. They came out, like, the second song in was one of the biggest hits they've ever had, and it's just fucking props to him for that. Baz was on point. If I never see him again, and that's the only time I've seen him live, that was a fucking memory and a half.
Okay.
The winner, though, has to be Living Colour. Unlike Dennis, who changed his mind. One of the single most impressive bands I've ever seen live. I'll be front and centre next time they come out. It's the second time I've seen them. First time as a headliner. They're fucking amazing. If you have not seen Living Colour, you really should. Next time they come out, do not miss it. And the tickets sell like fucking hotcakes. That interview I did with them as well, when I had Corey and we gave him that bit of art from the fan. That was
very cool.
Fucking amazing. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It's on YouTube.
He's a legend.
But that was just phenomenal. You were there for that too. That was a really cool moment. So that's it for here. Next up is Best Video Clip. Next up is a very, very simple category. Best Video Clip for 2017. So which video clip impressed us the most? Brendan wants to go first.
Okay, for me, video clips are not necessarily about budget or anything. It's just about what is entertaining to look at. And for me, it was
I know, I've seen your work.
Yeah. Oh, well, fuck.
I've watched the Hard Rock Show.
For me, it's Smokestack Rhino with Mrs. Foley's Baby Boy. If you like your rock and roll and you like your wrestling, they did a wonderful job. It was bloody entertaining. It was great. It was awesome. Check it out on
That
YouTube.
was cool.
It's
Yep.
great.
I'm with Brendan with the whole budget kind of thing. Mine was from a band from Canada called Striker, not Striper, Striker. Basically, they had one camera but sped up, and it was 4 of the guys sitting on a couch drinking beers. And every time they
That's
finished,
why Dennis liked it.
It's relatable.
well, they stole they stole my idea. But every time they'd finish a can, they'd tape it to another can, and they ended up jousting and shit, and like ordered pizza, jumping. There's a lyric video of them getting drunk. It was amazing. So that was Striker with Born to Lose from their 2017 album.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Byron.
Ragdoll Shine.
Nice.
Absolutely brilliant video. Released footage of nuclear testing from the 50s all the way through to the 60s. Simple, elegant, effective, terrifying, brilliant.
Great song, too.
Yeah,
brilliant.
and great song.
I had a lot of trouble with this one actually. I wasn't trying to go over the list of what we reviewed to try and have something that stand out. Just try to think of something that I could remember, and the only one that really came to me was Marilyn Manson's Kill for Me.
Oh wow.
So I'm picking that one. I'm not even a huge Marilyn Manson fan, but that video really did stick out.
Cool. Nice.
I've got 2 honourable mentions here. The first one is Damnation's Day with The Witness.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Just a great video clip. If you hear the song and the way it just ties in, and it's just, look, like I said before, it's not about big budgets or anything like that, but that's just a great film clip, and it's a great song, and it just ties in so well. So that's that one. The other one, complete other end of the spectrum, another local band, King Parrot with Piss Wreck.
They always do good clips. They've always
Now,
do
the thing
good
is,
clips.
look, for me, King Parrot, someone has got to see this band. Someone's got to give him a sitcom or something because the writers behind this thing, they're just fucking unbelievable. What's the other one? They had 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. That's another one as well. So, yeah, family-friendly band. And
one for the kindergarten kids.
And number one for me is video clip just came out, I think, in the last month or so, and the album's coming out next month. A band from Israel called Orphan Land. A song called Like Orpheus. So the reason I like this film clip, it's relatively simple. It's about, look, if you know about Orphan Land, they do a whole heap of, breaking down religion and political barriers, all this kind of stuff. So it's, it's how Islam and Judaism, all this kind of stuff, they're all into the same thing. They all go to the same gigs, all this kind of stuff, but then they get separated outside of it. It just really says that, rock, music in general, not just metal, can just break down those barriers that, cause wars and stuff. That's got a bit of a message behind it. Plus, it's also got Hansi Kirsch from Blind Guardian on backing vocals, and it's set at a Creator concert, which is fucking good. That's
Great band, by the way. Great band. Orphan Land.
Nice. Honourable mentions first for me, Frankenbach with Stalker Stalker. It's a fucking heavy track based on a true story of something that happened to the member of the band. The execution is amazing, right down to the drummers drumming with no actual drums present, and the little He-Man moment at the end of the video as well. On top of that, the second honourable mention is Acolyte with Space and Time. What a well-executed, visually stunning video. If you haven't watched it, it's a longer track, but watch that video, it's just fucking great. That is pure art. For me, the nod, though, for this one is a bit different. It has to go to 1 in 7 with Turn, Turn, Turn.
Yes. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, good call.
There isn't anything flashy per se. It comes down to budget and all sort of stuff, but this is one of the most admirable projects I've been a part of covering. On top of that, herding everyone together. We've said herding cats a lot, and herding everyone together to get them in the same place at the same time. That many fucking people. That's problem number 1. 2 is editing that fucking shit afterward. Okay? Great song, great cause. The song itself and the video are both faultless and make you feel something which is genuine and true. So that's it for this one. On to the next segment. All right, next up is our most disappointing release for 2017. This promises to be a whole lot of fun. This is the one that really just pissed us off the most. So, who wants to go first on this one?
I'll go first.
Okay, Jimmy.
Of course, he wants to go first.
Firewind. Firewind.
You're fucking kidding.
Gus G.
Really?
Yep, sorry. Shit. It's terrible. Because the album...
first album was so good.
Yeah, the album was so good, and then this next one came along and it was just rubbish. But I've got another one.
Yeah,
I've got a tie.
No,
I've got an honourable mention then.
Okay, fine.
Sepultura. The band has lost the plot completely. They need Max and Igor back. They shouldn't even be called Sepultura anymore.
Yeah, agreed.
Terrible.
Jimmy's wrong. That Firewind album is actually pretty fucking good. I reckon a lot of people are going to say Steel Panther, but I was kind of expecting that to be a letdown, so I won't say that's my most disappointment of 2017. I'm going with Diablo Boulevard because I really love their previous album. I just cannot get into the new album. It fucking shits me.
Okay.
Wow, the tables have turned. Dave's right. Steel Panther was fucking disappointing. I had high hopes after their last semi-disappointing album. I was like, come on, they can lower the bar. It was a fucking terrible album. It was all forced, it was terrible. I did not like one song. Actually, the Japanese release with the bonus tracks, they were better than the actual album, so that's saying something.
I'd like to say Dave's wrong. Diablo Boulevard was a great album.
The previous album is a great album.
But Steel Panther, lower the bar.
Hey.
It was a crushing defeat. It's crap.
Yep. All right, I've got an honourable mention, 2 of, and then we got the winner. The first one goes to the Dark Element, Dave.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to say that, but I didn't know what you were...
You're all wrong.
It was released this year. 2017. Particularly the song Someone You Used to Know. I can't get over that. That needs to go. Yes!
Andrew and Nikki are both wrong.
Shut up, Dave.
Read all the
I'm
lyrics for
afraid
the
I
whole
can't
album.
let you do that, Dave.
Yeah, the track Someone You Used to Know just pissed me off. That's not a track for young women to listen to, ever. My other mention, and this is going to piss everyone off, goes to the Night Flight Orchestra.
Andrew's right!
The reason being is these two dickheads kept pumping it up so fucking much every fucking day that by the time I got to hear it, there was no way in hell it was going to meet expectations, and it was boring.
I quit.
Wow.
So there you go. The big one for me, though, even bigger than that, is still Panther with Lower the Bar. And boy, did they ever fucking lower the bar.
Yeah.
This was recycled and tired as a listen, and for a band that is so entertaining, this was flat out fucking boring. Probably just like us. This band needs to seriously evolve and incorporate more social commentary, otherwise they'll become a parody of themselves, and that is saying something. How did they not have a song in 2017 called Grab 'Em by the Pussy? How did they not do that? Torrential Thrill kicked the crap out of them on that regard. So, there we go. That's my most disappointing release for 2017.
Or Hump the Trump.
Hump the Trump, yeah, that'll do it as well. Like, it writes itself, this shit. If we're doing it on the fly, how does Steel Panther get it fucking wrong? Anyway, that's most disappointing. Next up is our local band honorable mention. So we're getting out of the sticky, pointy end of it all now.
And
So
I'm getting the fuck out.
after the never-ending countdown, we have the local band honorable mentions up with Jimmy.
Never-ending countdown.
Anyway, okay. These are no more than 5 releases from local bands or Australian artists that were not quite good enough to break into your top 10, but you still wanted to give a shout out to anyway. So no particular order when you're doing it, but Dave gets to go first on this one.
Okay, 5 albums from the local bands that didn't make the top 10. Torrential Thrill, Nothing As It Seems. What a great fucking album. Devil Electric with their self-titled album or EP. I think it's long songs,
That's
but
an
it could be
album, I would say, yeah.
Shadow Queen, Living Madness, Audemia, The Final Ride, their last chapter. Sad when they broke up.
Yep.
And Cults of Vice with their Omen EP.
I knew that would get a mention from you.
Got it. Fanboy. Go see it, great band.
Yeah, I didn't write down the names of the albums. I just wrote down the names of the bands.
Well, let's see if we can help you out here, Jimmy.
Harlot.
Extinction.
Yep, that was a great thrash album.
Quiz now.
Word association.
Is it buzzer?
Band just keeps writing consistent releases. Very, very good band. Volva Gun.
The Dark Road, Painful Road to Eden.
Yep, that's the one. Very good.
It's like Stump the Trumpet. Fucking shitter.
Mammoth.
Mount the Mountain.
Mount the Mountain. Mammoth. Very good. Very, very good. My Dynamite. No one's mentioned My Dynamite so far.
Other side. Yeah, you got
Really good bluesy
Great
rock album. Geez, they're a good band. And Dirt River Radio.
Sun City White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome album.
There you
Loved
go.
it. Loved it.
I'll have a crack.
Yeah,
if
go
we
for
could. Desecrator to the Gallows.
Ah, nice.
Didn't make it for me. My Dynamite, other side as well on there.
Good.
Sisters,
great album.
Sisters Doll, all dolled up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Much better than their first release, I think, but didn't quite
It's a good
sneak in there.
album.
Darcy Fox with Islands.
Yes.
I thought it was a really, really good album. And I can't believe this one missed out. Damnation's Day, A World Awakens has just slipped out, which is kind of... I was trying to fit it in, but I couldn't drop anything else out. So.
There you go.
Well, I have a similar list.
Yep.
Nothing As It Seems by Torrential Thrill. Just missed out. As did Islands by Darcy Fox. Great release. The Darkest Sun by Lazarus Mode. Also a very worthy contender. Anywhere But Here by the Black Aces. Great album.
That is a good one.
And All Dolled Up by Sisters Dolls.
Nice.
Also great, but not great enough.
Yep. Tim? No? All right. Who else?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go.
Step to the fore.
All right, THRS, Sinner's Lament.
You love that album.
I do. So what does it say about the ones that made my top 10?
Okay, here we go.
And I feel like the tide might be turning because I wrote 1 and 7, Andrew.
Nice.
And
we
the
go.
only reason was because it was one song, not a whole album. But
They did release an album of compilation tracks.
I bought it.
Yeah.
I have it.
Okay, cool.
Do you have that in Braille?
I was making the point that I was with Andrew. Andrew was right.
Andrew.
This is going to be a competition at the end of the night. I'm going to fucking lose.
really just the one at the moment, but A Sleepless Grey by a band from Sydney called Adrift for Days.
Nice.
Which is like a psychedelic doom band that puts some really good music to get high and to go to sleep to.
Cool.
Oh, we need to talk.
Okay, so honourable mentions for me. So number 5, the Radio Sun with Unstoppable.
Oh, yeah.
Love the band, and it's what you'd expect from Radio Sun. Probably not just right there with the other albums that they've done. Something was missing on this one. Don't know what it is, but it was a great album nonetheless. Just missed out on making the top 10 for me. Voyager with Ghost Smile.
Nice.
That is a good album.
That's a fantastic album.
These are all good albums.
Yeah. As far as prog metal goes, this is up there for the best of the internationals this year. And do yourself a favour, like Molly says, and go and check that one out. Next one, number 3 was Toe Hider with Good.
Yep.
Wasn't good, it was bloody great. Just missed out on the top 10 there. That guy's just a freak.
Yeah, Mike Mills.
He's also in Aryan and does his own thing. And I think last year he released like 12 EPs in a year or something like that.
Yeah.
The guy's just a monster, so fantastic. Number 2, mentioned by Brendan, but Damnation's Day of World Awakens. Didn't know much about this band before that came out, but that's just blown me away, and that gets repeated listens. Again, just missed the final cut. And number 1, thanks to young Nicky over there, Trigger, Cryogenesis.
No, fuck.
Not necessarily
Nice.
not necessarily the style of music that I normally like, but I can't get enough of that. That's just got great singing, great musicianship all over the place. It changes the tempo. Once that album goes on, it doesn't come off until the very last note. That's a fantastic album, and that's a big thank you to Nicky for pointing that one out to me. And also fantastic top guys as well.
Nice. For me, in no particular order, I didn't number them, I just put them down. Darcy Fox and Islands. This is a really impressive album, and they are even better than that live. If you get a chance to see them live, fuck me,
They've gotten better and better live.
I've seen them. I booked them once long ago at a venue, and they were fucking good then, and they're really good now.
They are good.
Torrential Thrill, Nothing as It Seems. It's one that's just stuck with me all year. Not My President. They went and wrote Not My President's top of the album. They nailed it. Like, that for me is points alone, but the album is fucking good. Dirt River Radio, Sun City Wide. It's a bit different for us, but diversity is important to have in your library, and this is so fucking impressive as an album goes. I love every bit of it. Trigger, Cryogenesis. As the same with Dirt River Radio, it's the diversity, but this is actually diversity within an album and just steps it up a whole different gear. And the other one that Justice is out is Harlot with Extinction. These
What's
guys.
in your top 10?
I know.
Wait.
I'm looking forward to this.
Harlot's Extinction, this is like the R. McCain done it again moment. They don't release a bad album.
No, they don't.
They do it fucking well. So that's it for that. Next up is our international honourable mentions. International honourable mentions. As with the previous segment on the local band ones, this is all about international releases though. Brendan wants to go first, so go for it.
You betcha. Okay, the first one that was an album that I had very low expectations, really impressed, was Prophets of Rage.
Nice.
I thought it was a really, really good album, did well. Second one was Body Count with Bloodlust. There might be a bit of a theme here, but I thought Body Count's Bloodlust was a great album. My wife won't like me for this, I might be sleeping in the other room. Marilyn Manson, Heaven Upside Down. Great album, but did miss out on my top 10. Eclipse with Momentum. Fucking Monumentum, sorry. Fantastic album, but didn't make it my top 10. Last one, Trivium, The Sin and the Sentence. Lovely album, but didn't make it.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, that's me.
Cool.
Okay, look, my top 5 international honourable mentions that didn't make it this year. Number 5, Code Orange, a band called Code Orange Forever.
Wow.
That's a hardcore band out of New York City. Again, not the kind of music I normally listen to, but this thing just grabs you from go to go. It's an unbelievable album. Definitely get on it and check that out because, like I say, that could have easily made the top 10. It just missed out.
Wow.
Number 4, Crazy Licks with Rough Justice.
No.
Now, as far as melodic hard rock goes, this is up there. This is it's up there with some albums that haven't made the top 10, so I'm not going to give it away there. But this could have easily made it as well. This is a fantastic album. If you like big choruses, throw back to the 80s, everything like that, definitely go and check that one out. Number 3, Andrew mentioned this earlier, Aryan, The Source. For me, it's probably one of his finest bits of work, I should say. Just the ebbs and flow, and that album really just takes you on a journey from start to finish. It's a long listen, but you do get rewarded if you listen to it from start to finish. Fantastic album. He's pulled it out again. Number 2, a band that's been dormant for a little while, but reunited and released a cracker of an album in 2017 was Nocturnal Rites with Phoenix. So,
melodic power metal at its
Done some
best. So
digging.
yeah. Oh no, I just love that album. And number one, sorry Jimmy, you missed out my top 10, but Heat.
Jimmy's wrong.
Look, I can't say anything too bad about this album. All I can say is I probably don't enjoy it as much as the other Heat albums that I've heard.
Oh
I'm not a
yeah,
big
that's
fan of
right.
it.
We had a few debates about that, didn't we?
It's a great album.
Comes back to you.
It's like this is a B plus, but all the others have been an 8 or an A plus. But it's fantastic album. Just misses out the top 10.
Yeah.
So that's my.
After putting together the top 10s, it was really hard to whittle the extra 5 down to from 10. So I really struggled. But if I win Immortal, you're wrong. Stone Sour
going
with
down.
Guard.
It started off up.
This one, Live in Colour. I fucking hate rap. I cannot stand it. But
You struggled with that, yeah.
Yeah, but the rap on this actually, I found myself enjoying. So
You
that's
weren't
why
sure about it to begin with.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, no,
obviously grown on you over the
Yeah, it fit the song so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I'm putting it in the top 5.
Yeah.
And that was one of the ones I could not move. Jesper Binzer with Dying Is Easy. That is a great album.
Yep.
I wrote one, but I'm changing it with one I originally had from number 6 because I gotta defend this album, The Dark Element. It is good fucking album.
Yeah.
It is good. You need to
Bloody
listen
good.
to the whole thing and read the lyrics from start to finish of all the songs.
Dave's right.
There are some songs that are really dark and on that subject, and there are songs that are completely opposite and empowering.
Yeah.
But if you've got one bite of the cherry as the listener,
True. That song probably won't work for everyone. But
it's clearly not going to.
In context of the album, you got the whole ebb and flow.
We've debated that. But yeah, okay, Jimmy, go
Dave
on.
and Jimmy are right.
Go, Jimmy.
Again, my pen ran out, and
You did not.
I forgot to write down the names of the albums, but I got the names of the bands, so maybe
here
you
we
can
go.
help me out.
There we go.
Pink Cream 69.
Headstrong.
Really good album. They just keep releasing consistent albums. Great band. Striker. Where's Dennis? He'll know the name. Self-titled Striker. Striker are one of the most up-and-coming, like heavy, sort of thrashy type bands.
Pretty thrashy band, yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to where they go next. Inglorious.
Inglorious 2.
Inglorious 2. Another great melodic,
That's hard to remember.
heavy rock band. Very, very good. Jawn.
Blood on Death Row.
Yep. Jawn. Amazing singer. Fantastic songs.
Hell on Death Row, sorry, man.
Can't wait for this one. I'm going to read this. Should I read it?
Yeah, go on. This will be good. That was one of the ones I cut down for my top 10. I had to cut that one out. This will be good.
Nickelback.
Jimmy's right.
Jimmy's wrong.
I am not. I've never been a fan of Nickelback really, but I like whenever I hear their songs on the radio, I don't turn it off. Like I don't know. There's something about it, and
It's better than the last album,
I
that's for sure.
really enjoyed that album. No, stereo's broken, Byron. But yeah, and I'm going to sneak a 6th one in, even though Andrew's going to cut it. Harem Scarum.
United.
United, yeah.
I like that one too.
My number 6 was Marilyn Manson.
If
If he gets 6, I get 6.
Well, if you get 6, I'm putting Pyromaze in there. Anyone else got number 6?
I know, did the Carpenters release anything?
No, but John Carpenter did.
Oh, that was
That was a fucking good for me, Jesper Binzer with Dying Is Easy. That came as a real surprise to me. Not quite good enough to get the top 10s, but it's fucking well done.
Yeah.
Europe, Walk the Earth.
Yeah.
How is no one else mentioning that yet? Hard to knock it out of the top 10, but it's a fucking fine record. Pink Cream 69 with Headstrong. It's a band I'd had fuck all to do with until this year, and damn, that's a fucking good album. Alice Cooper, Paranormal. It's a stellar release. Expect nothing less from the man, but it couldn't quite make the top 10. And the last one, which would be different, is Josh Todd and the Conflict. You're the Tiger. The energy on that, it's real old school, dirty fucking rock and roll attitude, and I really enjoyed it. Just the intensity of the listen was so much fun.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Next one. We're on to our audience choice top 10. Okay. We are down to 2 more to go. We're nearly there, folks. Thank you all for being patient and sticking around for as long as you have.
Dell's coming up.
Dell is coming up very shortly.
Real entertainment.
Really, yeah, not like us. With Tommy Sunset helping out as well, so that'll be a lot of fun. Now, for the first time ever this year, we have done an audience choice top 10, and guess who knows the result of this?
You.
Me and me alone. So this is going to be fucking boring to listen to. Now, this is the first time I've ever done. I did it over multiple polls on the page, just on Facebook and that, and it came down to a few tiebreakers in there and how it all sort of fitted in. We're going to go from 10 to 1 on this release and then 10 to 1 on our top 10s coming up very shortly. So the audience choice top 10, first time ever. Number 10, Harlot with Extinction.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
This and the next one had a really close head-to-head battle. That being number 9 with Iced Earth and Incorruptible.
Ooh,
they just, and I mean just, pipped Harlot for position number 9. Number 8 is the Night Flight Orchestra with Amber Galactic. It's a very popular release and actually quite unexpected from our audience. So I didn't expect it to go so well. Number 7, Jesper Binzer, Dying is Easy.
Jeez,
another battle went right down to the
Beautiful.
wire, but that went really well, that album.
All right.
Number 6 is Alice Cooper with Paranormal. It just beat, actually, it was a pretty comfortable win to beat Jesper Binzer, but it was a good battle between the two. And there was a lot of people saying in Binzer's defense, saying how many of you actually listened to that album versus voting for a name. And that's, I wonder how much actually did that, but it doesn't matter, the results are in. Number 5, which is curious because so far it's been in none of our mentions at all, is LA Guns with The Missing Piece.
Yeah.
This was very popular among the crowd out there.
Did you miss 6?
Huh?
Did you miss 6 then?
Number 6 was Alice Cooper.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Number 5, LA Guns.
Okay, sorry.
Number 4, moving on, is Trigger with Cryogenesis.
Wow.
This was a late bloomer in the poll, but the final note, the numbers coming through at the end, came through for these guys.
Very
Number 3, a band I've not even heard of, so I haven't heard the album, is number 3 is Big Wreck out of Canada with Grace Street. This was another late bloomer, and well done to the fans. They got, I know they were posting fan groups and that, so the audience got well and truly involved. Now, a lot of this is always going to be popularity contest versus a merit-based scheme, but it's a lot of fun to do it anyway. Number 2, and I thought this one was going to win, was Roof Raiders with Live Like You Mean It. They were so close until the last few hours of the polling, in which number 1 came through with The Darkness and Pinewood Smile, and that just smashed everything with the amount of votes that came through with it in the end. Galloping home to a win. So that is the first ever audience choice top 10. So that's from all of you guys out there.
Nice.
Here we go. This is the big one. No separation between local or international. This is our definitive top 10 lists of 2017. Head to head, everything goes in. List 10 releases in order from 10 to 1. Dennis is going first.
10 to 1. Mine weren't in the exact order or anything. Let's pretend it is. Stalker from New Zealand. They used to be called Razor Wire. My old band played a gig with them. They were fantastic.
Okay.
They had a release out called Shadow of the Sword. Now, if you like your 80s true heavy metal, and like a ton of reverb. And no, I'm serious. It's
Really?
It's ridiculous.
Fuck.
It's fucking ridiculous. But it was amazing. Galactic Empire. Yes, the Star Wars band. With their release Galactic Empire, because I just love hearing Star Wars, the score, played as metal.
Like the movie though.
Europe, Walk the Earth. I can't wait to see them live this year. Marty Friedman, Wall of Sound.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, that was a fucking great album. Trigger, Cryogenesis. Had to make it in there.
Done really well, Trigger.
They've done really well this year, yeah.
Now, for once, Harlot didn't make my number 1.
No.
So they're here with Extinction, probably like halfway through my list. I forgot how to read. Damnation's Day, A World Awakens.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's going to pop up in a lot of people's lists.
Yeah, it will.
Except The Rise of Chaos. Now, it was nowhere near as good as their last album, but still a good album. The Night Flight Orchestra, Amber Galactic, that's my number 2. It's amazing.
Nice.
And number 1 from Canada, Canadian Steel, Striker with Striker. Fucking best album in 2017. Look, I had a really hard time picking my top 10s because I thought the year was pretty shit. But yeah, Striker released it like 12 days into January and it's still my number 1. So there you go. That says something about that. Self-produced
it was.
after they fucked off from a major label and made their own. So yeah, that says something about that band.
Okay, I'll go next. Number 10, Josh Todd and the Conflict.
Nice.
As Andrew says, an old school fucking dirty, gritty, rude, crass fucking rock record. It's so good. Probably on a completely different note, next up is the Radio Sun with Unstoppable.
Oh, wow.
So go from that to AOR, which I'm really started, I must be getting old. Black Country Communion with their 4th album.
I knew you put that in there somewhere.
That was a really good album. We weren't exactly sold on all of it, but...
I wasn't sold on it, but you
Fucked
were.
up the fucking acronym though.
I don't care.
He wrote BBC.
I did too. BBC.
You just
Dave's not right.
Julie didn't collect his homework.
She wouldn't have known.
In her defense. Okay, number
Supposed to correct
7.
his homework.
Sister's Doll with All Dolled Up.
Ah,
The
nice.
songs on this album I've been hearing at their gigs for a very long time. They had them stuck in my head, so it was just great to have them actually recorded. Paranormal from Alice Cooper. Yeah, you can do no wrong. Number 5, Lazarus Mode with The Darkest Sun.
Nice.
Fantastic fucking album. Number 4, Toe Hider with Good.
Nice.
As Nick said, it is great. Number 3, Jimmy is Right, Heat. Into the Great Unknown.
Can we stop this theme already?
I went from laughing at you for listening to this band to actually loving this fucking album. The earlier stuff, it didn't sell me, but this whole album just got me.
Glad.
Number 2, Jimmy's Right, Eclipse.
That's it.
With Monumentum. Monumentum was actually my number 1 album for most of the year. It only recently got pushed out. When? Can you guess what my number 1 is?
Your number 1.
If you cannot, you are not paying attention.
I'm
Anyone?
not paying attention.
No, Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz from Finland. If you like Guns N' Roses,
That's
if you
not a
like
surprise.
old school rock and roll from the 80s, you're going to love this band if you haven't heard them. But they're their complete own element. They're not like a throwback. They're taking what was cool and making it their own and moving into the future. I think a lot more bands can learn a lot of shit from this. If Guns N' Roses announced that they were doing a show this year, and Santa Cruz said they were coming to Whole Lot of Love Bar, I'd be coming here.
Wow.
Because I've seen Guns N'
There you
Roses. I haven't seen Santa Cruz. It's about time people start supporting new music.
Nice
Great
one.
fucking album.
Nice one.
Good point.
All right.
Go on, Jimmy.
Number 10, I had Royal Thunder with Wick.
Wow.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
trippy album.
album.
Took me on a musical journey. The vocals are magnificent. Love it.
Bagged.
Yep. Number 9, I had El Colosso with Pathway.
That's a good one. That was up there for me, but I just couldn't put it up.
I need to see that band live.
Yep.
Fuzzy, raw, loud rock and roll. Very, very cool.
Good album. It's a good album.
Number 8, Vandenberg's Moon Kings with 2.
Yep.
Swagger. It's got Adrian Vandenberg in it, so it's great. And the whole band is just so talented.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Number 7, this will be interesting. The Dark Element.
Yes.
Annette Olsen's voice is just...
For a guy
Listen
who
to
can't
it and
get
make
into
up your own
Nightwish.
mind.
What a voice, man. What a voice. Number 6, Lazarus Mode, The Darkest Sun. It's a
Nice.
fantastic album. Love those guys. And
Good choice.
it's pumping. Killer heavy rock. Very good. Number 5, Shadow Queen, Living Madness. We only got onto this the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And Robbie Zanna's voice, mate, far
fucking
out. The songs, the melody, the rock.
The commercial appeal, that one too.
Yeah.
Number 4, which no one's mentioned, I'm really surprised. Power Trip, Nightmare Logic.
You
was
really
fun.
enjoyed that one.
Old school thrash.
Yeah, it didn't
I
do
can't
that
believe
for me.
you don't
I
like
haven't heard it.
You're an idiot.
Just realising this now.
It's right up your alley. I've been telling you about this for...
Unacceptable.
I'm just one person.
I'm fucking coming around to your house and playing it. You
All right,
would love that album.
Oh, fuck, here we go.
Number 3, the Night Flight Orchestra, Amber Galactic. Incredible album. If you like anything from the 80s...
70s.
It's great. Number 2 is Heat, Into the Great Unknown.
Number 1.
Best album that Heat have done, I reckon. Big change, and I really like what the direction they're heading in. Can't wait for the next one. And number 1 album for me is Eclipse.
Yeah.
With Monumentum, it's just perfection. Everything about it, the sound, the songs, the vocals, it's just so strong.
Nice.
Love
Nice.
it. Can't get past it.
Cool.
I'll step in.
Yep.
That guy.
Just pushed him
Okay.
out of the way because he's not right.
Like our millennial brethren, I don't believe in top 10s. I only believe in number 1s. Wow. So there's no second place here. The best one. No, I don't. So I'm winging it. The best one for me, Sun City White, Dirt River Radio.
Nice.
Come on, let's hear it. Light and colour, drama, danger. everything you need in an album. This is here. This is world class. This is an album that deserves your attention. It's Dirt River Radio. Enough said.
Nice. That's a nice list, mate.
Can I get an amen?
When I woke up this morning, I heard the storm and said, I said, can I get an amen? I ain't hearing an amen.
And now with the
Come on, I ain't gonna stop it.
Please let me know that.
Next.
All right.
Here we go.
I'm taking over. Get that hook in. Woo. All right.
Hook.
You know, like the old school.
Sorry, I'll get over here.
Okay, all right. So like Byron, most of mine are actually Australian. There's only one that's international. And like Dave, for number 10, I picked Josh, Todd, out of Conflict. You, the Tiger. It's Josh, not Jason. And that dude sounds like the guy from Buck Cherry. I really struggle with this list, so I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just going to read them out. Number 9.
She's got one per page here, folks.
Oh, and Jimmy, my pen ran out, so I used permanent marker.
Good idea. Always
Hey.
good. I should start doing that.
Number 9 is an
should.
EP, which is called Volume 3, and it's by a band called Never.
Yep.
And I am going to share a really cool story quickly about this band. As you well know, Jimmy's right and works in finance, as do I. And a dude from the bank actually listens to my show. And this dude from the bank said, my friends put this band together, you need to check them out. Brad, if you're listening, thank you. Wow. The band was Never.
Yes.
Number 8, Nothing As It Seems, Torrential Thrill. Number 7,
Nice.
Shadow Queen, Living Madness.
Fuck.
Number 6, I did put Islands by Darcy Fox in my top 10.
Nice. Well done.
Number 5, Beyond the Border by Branch Arterial, and I bet I'm the only one that has that one.
Yeah.
Outstanding album. Do yourselves a favour, get it.
Wow.
Number 4, Vacant Image. Before 12,
Yep.
you've heard me bang on about them incessantly.
You did love that one. Yep.
Okay, the next 3 is where it got really ugly, and a bit like Dave, it depended on what mood I was in. So, they changed.
Okay.
They chopped.
Strap yourselves in, guys.
I flipped, I flopped, I tossed, I turned.
It's about to get moist.
What is going on?
Number 3,
And this is the part that has to go to TV.
Lazarus Road with the Darkest Sun, number 3. Number 2, I suspect I might be the only person to have this. Nick Tevlis, what did you think my number 1 was going to be?
The one that you were about to read out.
Altkin, self-titled.
Wow.
Absolutely wow. If you were watching the show earlier, they got my Song of the Year. I cannot speak more highly of these guys. Wow. Wow, wow.
Wow.
I knew it.
You're all going to buy that now based on that recommendation, right? Okay, number 1.
Informative review.
Crying Genesis by Trigger.
Wow.
Absolutely outstanding. Phenomenal.
Just wow.
But I'm going to add
Another
on this
listen,
one.
wow.
This album, from start to finish, there is no filler on this album. It takes me to places. It's a journey. I had the privilege, Summer in Time, Sunday 6 p.m. I had the privilege of interviewing these guys and actually learning the meaning behind those songs.
How good is Luke's mustache, though?
Oh my God, Porn
God,
Stash
here we go.
Central.
Oh, have we given it away?
Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
No, but I'm serious. You listen to a song and you get your own perception of what it might mean, but when you actually hear the people that create it tell you where their headspace was at, it just made it even more special. But it would have been number 1 anyway. Tricky out, Trigger, number 1.
Nice. Next up. Nick.
All right, not sure how I'm going to follow those two. There we go.
Just keep pushing him. Just keep pushing him. Eventually we'll get rid of him.
Jimmy, you're wrong. Number 10 for me was Paul Bearer with Headless.
Oh, wow.
Doom metal album of all things. Something I don't normally listen to, but this album's actually fantastic. Loved it.
Nice.
Number 9, Andrew I think mentioned it earlier, but Pink Cream 69, Headstrong.
Nice.
I've been a big fan of this band for the last maybe 15, 20 years. That's how far back they go. This is the best thing that they've done for probably the last 15 years. So if you like your melodic hard rock, your Euro melodic hard rock, definitely get onto that. It's got massive choruses. It's got earworms all over the place. Number 8, Reed mentioned a few times tonight, but the Night Flight Orchestra of Amber Galactic.
One.
The reason it made the list is because, besides being a fantastic album, it's so different from so much other stuff that got released this year, and it really draws you in. So it's like, it's disco, it's 70s, it's rock, it's metal, and the people that are in this band, they're from melodic death metal bands.
Yeah.
That's the thing that really blew me away. So yeah, definitely check that one out. Number 7 was the prog metal super band of the year, Sons of Apollo, with Psychotic Symphony. If Dream Theater wasn't shit, this is what they'd be doing.
I'm going to hear that album.
Controversy! Number 6 for me was another super group of sorts, but Black County Communion with
BBC.
BBC,
BCC.
yeah. Big Black. It's not that one. Black County Communion before. This is probably Glenn Hughes' finest vocal performance that I've heard in many, many years. And Joe Bonamassa, the guy's just a freak. So definitely go out and check that one out. Number 5, anyone that knows anything about me knows I'm a massive Thin Lizzy fan. So Black Star Riders, Heavy Fire, came out in, I think it was January or February. This album still gets listened to me by pretty much every other week sort of thing. So novelty hasn't worn off. They're writing again. And I love this band. I actually interviewed Scott Gorham at the start of the year. Awesome guy as well, but that made it. Number 4, one of my all-time favourite bands released an album this year which is just as good as anything they've ever done, Harum Scarum United. Yeah. So definitely check that one out. Number 3, one that hasn't been mentioned surprisingly, Pain of Salvation, The Passing Light of Day. Okay. Great prog metal, prog rock, prog metal, just doesn't define barriers. This one, it's a fantastic album. Definitely go ahead and check that out. It's a long album, but well rewarded if you listen
like
to the whole
this
thing.
top 10?
Number 2, we're getting there. Eclipse, Monumentum.
Nice.
Made number 2 on my list. It's not their best album, I don't think, but it's like I say, it's almost flawless from start to finish. I'd give this like a B+ to an A. All the others have been A+. It's a fantastic album. If you like your big choruses, 80s hard rock, melodic rock, definitely get onto that. Number 1 for me, Threshold, Legends of the Shires.
Wow.
That's a fantastic album. So that's kind of like melodic prog metal. It's a long listen, it's a double album, it's 80 minutes, something long. First album with their singer from 20 years ago, so the original singer's back. Just fantastic album, definitely get on that. It's, like I say, it really takes you on a journey from places, ebbs and flows, and it's one of those albums, once you put it in, 80 minutes later you can't stop listening to it, and I've always hit repeat on it. Came out not too long ago, but it's already up there for the most listened to albums that I've had this year, so that's it for me, Threshold.
Woo! Nice. Here we go. We're nearly there, folks.
All right, bit of a... It's like David Letterman top 10 list. All right, number 10, Heaven Upside Down.
Oh, wow.
Marilyn Manson, really dug it. Bluesy and great.
Oh, no, your wife's happy now.
Different one. Number 9, Vicious Lawless by Frankenbach.
Yeah, good.
Really like this band. Everything Frankenbach puts out is great. Number 8, Extinction from Harlot.
Nice.
Great album as well. Number 7, the Prophets of Rage album.
Cool.
I'm not. Zach De La Rocca is not a great rapper. And they replaced him with good rappers. Great frontman, but terrible rapper.
Cool.
Yeah. Number 6, Wrong One to Fuck With by Dying Fetus.
Wow.
The perfect.
There we go.
It was the perfect death metal album if you're into it. Yeah. Number 5, War by Rival Fire.
Nice. Yep.
Really good album, and Rob's vocals are tremendous as well. Number 4, Bloodlust by Body Count.
Yep.
Really dug it.
People did enjoy that one. It seems,
Yeah. Number 3, Power Trip. Nightmare Logic.
Good. I'm glad someone else mentioned it.
Trash.
How good is it?
It's great.
Yeah.
Number 2, Olm by Hordle Moore.
Wow.
Just a good tech death album if you're into it. And number 1, Emperors of Sand, Mastodon.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes, flawless, start to finish, like all Mastodon albums.
Cool.
I think it's just you and I now, isn't it?
My turn.
Yes.
Pressure's on.
Follow that up.
I'm actually really worried because my number 10 no one's mentioned, so I'm worried like it was 2016 or some shit.
I'll tell you in a second.
Caligula's Horse in Contact.
No, it was this year.
Yeah,
This year.
fucking great album.
Yep.
Number 9, Dirt River Radio, Sun City White.
Wow.
Thought it was fucking
Nice.
sensation.
There we go.
Number 8,
My
Harlot.
pick.
He's fucking preaching again. Jesus.
Number 8 is Harlot with Extinction. I think most people stick in there. Another one no one's mentioned. Number 7. It's okay, dude.
Settle down, fella. It's okay. We're all friends here.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Number 7, when they're not kicking photographers in the face, they do make a pretty good album. Queens of the Stone Age with Villains.
Thank you very
I
much.
like the album. I do. I think it's a fucking great album. Number 6 is Trigger with Cryogenesis. I think everyone's had that in there. Number 5, Stone Sour with Hydrograd. I thought it was amazing. Number 4, Lazarus Mode, The Darkest Sun.
Nice.
Fucking awesome album. Number 3, you know
Could
what?
have been my pick. It wasn't.
Anyway.
No one else had this, so I'm a bit disappointed. Friends Are Wrong with High Vis High Tea. I love. And number 3. He's out.
He's gone.
Completely gone. I've only got 2 more. Just go.
Did someone touch you?
Rolling.
Yeah, we
The
want to
hands are up here, people.
keep going.
Rolling.
I've
Number
got a
2.
puppet. Can you tell me where he touched you?
Can I keep going?
Yeah, keep going. Just keep going.
Number 2, my favourite local release of the year, Shadow Queen, Living Madness. I thought it was fucking sensational. My number 1 is an album that I only got hold of like 6 weeks ago, and it's the only album that I played every day since the day I heard it. I loved it. Josh Todd and the Conflict. I thought it was a fucking blinder, so that's me done.
All right, one more to go. Then we're going to go through that thing for the year in. So we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Number 10 for me, Van Berg's Moon Kings with Mark II. Not as strong as their debut, but it's not far off. Number 9, Toe Hider with Good. As been said before, it's not just good, it's fucking great, so check it out. Is there anything that Mark Mills cannot do? Number 8, Lazarus Mode, The Darkest Sun. If you haven't heard this, unfuck that. This is one of the best albums going around. Yep. Number 7, Living Colour with Shade. Others out there might have mixed opinions on this album, but this is one that I love every little bit of. Number 6, Heat, Into the Great Unknown.
Wow.
I hope this
good.
band come here and showcase that album.
Fuck yeah.
So I would love to see them live. Number 5, Damnation's Day, World Awakens. Holy fuck, what an album that I think for the wider majority of people out there has gone unnoticed. It's one that everyone should be hearing. Number 4, Eclipse Monumentum. Along with Heat, they are leading the way with melodic hard rock for the future. A lot of bands in the future are going to learn from these 2 bands.
You're right, Andrew.
Today.
You are right.
You haven't heard my top 3 yet.
Jimmy's right, I'm right.
You haven't heard my top 3 yet. Number 3 is Vulvagun with The Painful Roads of Eden. Long-awaited second album from this band, but I fucking loved it. It's a great concept album. Number 2, Shadow Queen, Living Madness.
Yeah.
If you haven't got this, get it. Radio should be all over this fucking album.
Fantastic.
Number 1 is Aerion with The Source. I know what you mean.
Wow.
It's my number 1 album. I can't beat it from concept to execution. Every little bit of it is perfect. The fact that they got so many fucking guest vocalists on there to do a different part for every single one.
Yeah.
There's different dialogue, different sounds. It's fucking amazing. If you have not heard the Aerion album, The Source, from this year, fucking do it. It's amazing. Amazing. Anyway,
It's amazing.
Unlike us, we're not amazing. We're boring the fuck out of everyone right now. So we're going to move along. Up next is our final bin for 2017. We are nearly done. Time to wrap up this special presentation, and I'm just going to go first because I think I'm the only one with a closing statement prepared for this at all. What a year 2017 was. Now, I want to say that curating those lists for me personally was incredibly difficult. So many standout releases this year for me. While we had a lot of ups and downs behind the scenes with the show, musically it was one hell of a year. I want to thank all the promoters that have been sending the goods through to us, and for all of you here tonight, so make the most of yourselves. And all of you watching at home, thank you for that too. Thank you everyone for support over the last 12 months. As also to the artists. Without you guys, we'd have fuck all to talk about. So thank you for giving me something to talk about. I think that the artist's place in society should never ever be underestimated. Apologies to so many that could make the list, but we've all loved far too many albums this year, I think. Time for, I think, the bin.
don't know what Johnny's
Yeah,
done.
have fun with that.
She takes it. Nice.
Got it. Who wants to go first with the bin for 2017? The last one.
After Jimmy.
Oh.
After Jimmy.
You sure?
All right, go.
Oh.
All right, let's just do it.
Everyone's going to say mine.
Just in case no one noticed, the bin has a new The Bin.
It got a makeover.
It got a makeover. Thank you to Tori for doing that for us. And I've kept the old one. One day we might auction that off and make fucking millions.
I'll give you tree fitting.
Anyway, look, my bin, my overall bin for the whole of 2017 is actually social media.
Yeah.
I reckon social media has gone on, just for me, it's gone to this real negative side where people are able to just make up shit about other people that is totally untrue, and it can have really bad effects on you, on your personal life and all that sort of stuff. And I think that if we didn't have this show to promote, I wouldn't have a social media. I would shut it down.
I'm the same.
Because it's that shit. I think there's just too much negativity. It's time to find some happiness in life. You know, everyone's too depressed. Yeah. So I'm putting social media in the bin.
Nice.
It's not. I know there's probably reasons behind it, but 2017 saw the breakup of a lot of really good bands, and it was really disappointing as a fan. Like I said, I'm sure there's reasons behind it, but it was disappointing. That and Salted Caramel can get in the fucking bin.
Oh, Salted Caramel.
Well, look, I was going to put the actual year 2017 in the bin. Go man! But then I remembered Jimmy did something fucking stupid at the Hard Rock Show end of year extravaganza, right?
What did I do?
Southern State came out with Bongzilla. Their 8 Hose beer bong. And he had never done one before. And they've got like a tap so you can close it, right?
Jimmy,
So
I'm going to
the-
loop this for you, alright?
Oh, Jimmy's fucking wrong. This fucking asshole. I'm right next to him. He's to my left. Opens his hose. Beer comes down. And this shit was overflowing, by the way, so there's a lot of beer. Lets it go halfway without closing it. Sprayed me right in the fucking eyes.
What happened was...
Well, no. You shut the fuck up. You had your turn. I finished mine, closed mine and his, because that's what a good friend does. Ran backstage after him, ready to have a go at him. He hands me a towel. How could I be mad at you, mate? But still, get in the fucking bin.
There was a reason for that. I burped in the middle of it. I had a build-up of gas, upper respiratory gas.
75-year-old liver.
All right.
Let's go. All right. Just let's try a bit of happiness. We all live in Melbourne, the best city in the world, the most livable city in the world. It's a wonderful place.
The city that pronounced Palmer.
Exactly. Now, everywhere you go in this town at the moment, there's a fucking bollard. You go to the MCG, there's a fucking bollard. You walk through town, there's concrete blocks, it's bullshit. We don't need it. It makes the town look like fucking East Berlin in the 80s. Fuck it off. This is Melbourne. We don't need that shit. Bollards in the bin.
Nice.
Just like 2017, for some reason, it seemed like there was just a lot of crazy dickheads. Like it was the year I lost. It was the year I lost faith in a lot of people.
Again, sorry.
So crazy dickhead behaviour in the bin. All right.
Nice.
Rockstar deaths. Enough of my heroes have been taken from me. In 2016, I lost David Bowie, one of my heroes. This year, we lost Malcolm Young. We lost Chester Bennington. We lost Chris Cornell. Enough. We can't control it, but I still fucking hate it. In the fucking bin!
Nice.
Down, Nikki.
Well, for the person who wanted to go first, I've ended up almost going last.
Yeah.
And the reason I wanted to go first is because I thought everybody would say what I'm about to say.
Apparently not.
So it's not music related. It's The biggest issue in 2017, I can't believe we had to vote for gay marriage. Just let them do it. What a waste of money, time, effort and energy. Get in the bin.
Sorry.
Sorry, dude. No.
Right, I alluded to this before, right? But if you're an international band and you're touring Australia and you charge your fans money to meet you either pre or after a gig, you can get in the fucking bin. All it comes down to is pure greed, right? If you're a band, you come out here, you've got a contract, you've got a guarantee, you're guaranteed money regardless if 10 people come, 100, 1,000, whoever. If you're charging your fans, people that put you there in the first place, preach! If you're charging your fans extra money, or most of the time they charge you also, by the way, is more than the cost of the actual ticket of watching you fucking play your show. Right? Get in the fucking bin, you greedy bastard.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's going to be hard for me to follow any of that shit. All right, the first, I've got two. Now, the first...
No, you only have one. We just
Pick one.
Do it, Andrew.
Put all of you in the fucking bin. Can't go wrong there. No, the one is losing the studio. The fact that we lost the studio, that fucking sucked.
Fuck that.
Of course.
The other thing for me is the Liberal government. How can I not bin that fucking thing enough? But for this context, it's for making community TV wait until the 11th hour fucking constantly to know that we're going to keep broadcasting every fucking week. You bunch of fuckwits, leave it alone. Community TV is now more important than ever it was before. So that's my... There we go. Time to wrap this shit up, and then Delacoma can take over the stage once again. We apologise for keeping you so fucking late.
Hey, Tommy, how many red wines has he had?
Mate, he can barely stand.
Anyway. Alright, I just want to quickly thank our sponsors, Evolution Music, Rockstar Lessons, Liquid Images, Hellfire Records, Serenity Campus Shopping, and Alessa Ego. Thank you for your support. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight, so make some noise for yourselves, people. This is our first time ever doing this in a venue, so thank you to Sash and the team at Hold of Love. Thank you. Thank you all for watching us at home, either TV or online. I know we're boring as batshit, but we do our best. And thank you to everyone here. So, Jody, Tori, Zach, we got Brendan, Dennis, Dave, Jimmy. I'm going to try not fuck this up. Nick, Tim, Byron, and Nikki.
Well done.
No particular Can't do any of this without all the help of those that do this with me. So thank you to everyone here that's been a part of it, and to bigger and better things in 2018. Until next week, I'm Andrew.
I'm Brendan.
I'm Dennis.
I'm Dave.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Nick.
And Tim.
I'm Byron.
I'm Nikki.
As always,
Drink up.
Rock up.
Look at this.
What the hell did you
This is fucking celebrity now.
now you know you've made it.
Where the fuck is Kane?
Well, put him in a pretty dress and away you go.
This is fun.
You know you're never going to get this again.
Never. I don't get this at home, I can promise you.
3, 2, 1, shizzle.
Here we go. Okay. Next up is Next up is
3,
yeah.
2,
Fuck you,
1.
Jimmy.
Faux shizzle.
Jimmy's right.
He's really not.
That was was Puff Diddy.
No, that was right.
Puff Diddy, P Diddy, whatever he's calling himself these days. He changed his name again. I think he changed his name again.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
Brother love.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's it.
sorry. All right. 3,
Yeah, because I'm down with the kids.
3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Andrew.
After the never-ending countdown, we have the local band honorable mentions up with Jimmy.
Never-ending countdown.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, man.
3,
Who's going first? I'll go first.
3, 2, 1.
Now we have the peanut gallery trying to count for Jimmy because we all know how much he struggles with it.